Yo, what's up, guys? You got pokeaim here. Today we have my next battle of the APA. I believe this is week 5. I got a forfeit win versus Jamvad, and I also have another forfeit win as well from later on in the season because some people dropped. But at the moment, I'm not even sure what my record is. I think I have 1 loss, and then some forfeit wins, and then like 2 real wins or something like that, or 3 real wins. I have no idea. But we are playing Monotooi today, and the APA has been on break. For everybody's asking, where's the APA, why you're not uploading? It's been on break for about 3 weeks because of everything that's going on, and people not being able to play, and some people not being able to get their Pokemon. So some of these games will be on Showdown, some of these games will be on Wi-Fi. I'm sorry if you don't like watching them on Showdown. I feel you on that. I prefer playing on the Wi-Fi, but it's sometimes just hard to be able to play, especially with the Pokemon that we're using. Some of them aren't necessarily real or allowed at the moment, and others are like with the 20-minute timer, we have to do the land mode and everything in order to play it, and sometimes that mode isn't working. But yeah, we're playing Monotooi today. Shout out to Chimpact, honestly, big shout to him. He probably made 90% of the team. I think I did EV spreads and then changed like 1 or 2 things here. So big shout to him, especially because I've been busy with doing a lot of stuff, and big shout to him. But yeah, first off, we have a Melmetal. Now, when you look at Monotoi's team, Choice Band is very, very strong. However, we decided on the Sub Protect Melmetal because the idea behind this team is get up screens and kind of just waste turns with Gastrodon, because Gastrodon's really good, but also use like my G-Max Grimmsnarl under screens and Melmetal, because under screens it's really hard for Melmetal to die. We're Jolly Max Speed, that way we outspeed Mandibuzz, as well as other Melmetals, and can even catch like max HP Anacondas off guard with Double Iron Bash, potentially flinching them. Originally it was Thunder Wave and or Toxic, but I like Earthquake as a way to hit Dracozolt, as well as opposing Melmetal. And then we have Protect and Sub. The cool thing about Melmetal in this game is that it's a wall to Roserade, as it can naturally take on Giga Drains, and obviously it's immune to the Sludge Bombs, so Gon can come in and kind of just like sub up and knock out your opponent, or my opponent rather, with Double Iron Bash, and then Earthquake just lets me help. I mean, Double Iron Bash is going to 2-hit KO everything, even if it's a resist, and it's really cool because it gets some free turns versus Clefable as well. Next up, we have my G-Max Grimmsnarl with Bulk Up. We're running enough speed for opposing Jolly Melmetal just in case. And then I have max HP as usual because I do have the dual screens, and I do have the... I'm forced to run a Pokeball, by the way, for everybody that always asks. I am forced to run a Pokeball. That's just how the league goes. But I have Bulk Up, Fire Punch, Play Rough, and Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is cool because... first off, I have Prankster, that way I can potentially eat like a hit and get it in before like Dracozolt, for instance. Like Bolt Beak is only doubled in power if it goes first, so a Prankster Bulk Up actually goes before a Bolt Beak, so I can make me live it and also have the defense. And I have Sucker Punch there to pick off like a weakened Inteleon, maybe like about 80% or so. Same thing with a weakened Roserade to be able to pick them out at +1. Fire Punch is there to give me a strong move versus Melmetal when I G-Max, and then Play Rough is just my stab for Mandibuzz, Clefable, and things like that. I'd also outspeed, variations of Clefable unless they're running a ton of speed. He can run a really defensive one. He can run a really offensive one. Both are pretty cool here. Something with like Life Orb Psychic, Moonblast could be pretty cool. But with screens, I feel really comfortable versus Clef with both Grimmsnarl and my Melmetal. Next up, we have Vanillix. Now, Choice Scarf Ice Cream Cone has quickly become one of my favorite Pokemon to use in draft besides Cinderace. But this mon is great. You typically only need Blizzard and Freeze Dry. And then I have Auroraville, just in case. This isn't really my dual screener, you guys will see. But I have Auroraville. Can work. Blizzard and Freeze Dry hits his entire team. He does have a Gigalith, which I can Toxic upon switching. Since I'm not really, I'm not guaranteed to get up Auroraville in this game, but it's a good Scarfer because it's faster than Dracozolt, and he can run Sand Rush on Dracozolt, so being able to get up the Hail, and also having 100% accurate Blizzard versus him, being able to click that, and even his resists to Blizzard are not that good. Like, they're still 2-hit KO'd by Blizzard, for the most part, with Hail up. But I do have Freeze Dry to hit, like, Inteleon harder, as well. And even like Melmetal takes like 40% from Blizzard unless it's like max special defense. So Ice Cream Cone is a good revenge killer here. Next up, we have my Gastrodon running Melody with the Calm Nature. 60 Spadef lets me take a modest Choice Specs Ice Beam from Inteleon. It's not a 2-hit KO. The rest of defense was put there because he has a Reboot. And if you guys didn't know, Reboot can run Libero in this, and Reboot is very strong. High Jump Kick is so spammable versus my team as well. The only good things is that like my neutralizing gas Weezing doesn't care about that, but he still has Flare Blitz versus that too. So like even like a Choice Band Libero High Jump Kick is going to hurt. But I wanted that Spadef to be able to take on the Inteleon, which is also a giant threat, and because because I have answers for Rose Raid via like Sucker Punch, via Melmetal and stuff, I figured it'd be okay to do this. I have Toxic here again. The idea is with screens up, he really struggles getting rid of Gastrodon. So Toxic is also pretty cool because if I get a Toxic off of Fable, even though it's like 99.9% going to be Magic Guard, I have Neutralizing Gas. So if I waste Toxic turns and I go out to Weezing, the poison will all hit at once and then Clefable will eventually die. So it helps with that. Then we just have Scald, Toxic, Recover, and Earth Power. Earth Power gives me a nice super effective move versus Melmetal. With the defense, I can better take on Melmetal as well. And then I have that Scald, which is just spammable, especially when he has Sandaconda and Gigalith after all. This is also my deterrent to Bolt Beak. Yes, Life Orb Dragon Claw from Hustle. Yes, Choice Band Dragon Claw. Yes, Choice Band Outrage do 2 KO. If he clicks Outrage, I do have a Weezing as well that can help me take that on. Now, the star is Rotom-H. As you can see, we're running physically defensive. That way I can always come in on stuff like Melmetal. I can even take hits from Reboot. I can take hits from Gigalith if I need to reflect up and whatnot. But we're physically defensive with the Light Clay and the dual screen. So we have Light Screen and Reflect. This will allow Melmetal to do its thing. This allows Gastrodon to really wall stuff better. And this thing kind of gets infinite switch-ins versus the Clefable. So I Light Screen Reflect. I can Pain Split on Clefable if it's healthy. I can Volt Switch out, especially if he tries to go anywhere, like teammates and stuff like that. And then I get the momentum, and I can either bring out Melmetal, which a lot of his Pokemon I can sub up on, especially if it's like Gigalith and something like that. And then, or I can just straight up attack. So that's why Rotom-H kind of just gives me the momentum. So Dual Screens Rotom-H here, really interesting set, and I'm excited to use it as well. And last but not least, Galarian Weezing. Using Galarian Weezing, enough speed for Jolly Melmetal, that way I can Will-O-Wisp it. Again, the idea is with neutralizing gas, I can get Toxic on Clefable. I also don't, I get rid of Hustle, so Dracozoa isn't stronger. You know, things like Torrent and stuff are gone too, which can make a difference. But physically defensive, so I can take on Dracozoa a little bit better. But I want that speed for Melmetal. I can live one Bolt Beak from Dracozoa, even if it's Choice Band. And I'm not mistaken because Hustle's gone. I could be wrong. But I mean, I've Gastrodon if I'm wrong anyway. But especially with Reflective, I can. Black Sludge for recovery. Toxic Spikes. The bad thing about neutralizing gas is, like, if he brings Haunter, it can touch the ground. Because Levitate will be gone because of neutralizing gas, so he can throw T-Spikes. But whatever. It doesn't matter. And then Pain Split, because this also gets, like, free turns versus Clefable. That's the cool thing about my two Pain Splitters. They get free turns versus Clef, unless Clef is running, like, Calm Mind and then, like, Psychic for Weezing. But either way, like, Gastrodon can at least Toxic it once, and then I can set up screens, Pain Split with my Rotom until Toxic is racked up enough, even though it's not going to show, to the point where I can Volt Switch right out into Weezing and deal with Clefable. But yeah, Pain Split, Toxic Spikes, Will-O-Wisp, and Strange Steam. That is the team for today. I'm going to be taking on my boy Monotooi, like I said. Go ahead and check him out. You know, leaving a like, leaving a comment if you guys are excited that Draft League is back. Let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the battle in a sec. It was a short one for this. But I know you guys have been waiting, and you know, it sucks that I have to do this on Showdown, but just with how things are going right now, and the fact the APA was on break and everything, I guess the good thing about it is that I have more time. But I also hate playing Draft League on Showdown too, because I feel like I get hacks a lot. That's such a stupid thing, right? But I think it always happens. But yeah, about to challenge my boy Monotooi to a game. And let's see how it goes, really. I've already went over my team. I hope I remember my team, actually. Shout out to Chimpack as well for all the help, because I've been a little bit busy. But I'm hoping this is the game where Melmetal really shows its worth. Like, Bandit is really good in this game, but I'm not Bandit, obviously. I'm like a max speed one because it allows me to outspeed, like, min speed, Mandibuzz and stuff like that. And it should be... It should be, I guess, better in this case, but let me see. How do I calc this guy? I don't know how to calc this, dude, but it's fine. We have more time to calc, which will be the biggest difference, I feel. But yeah, like the idea behind this team is basically, as I mentioned before, to set up screens and kind of just wear him down. He has a lot of trouble breaking through my Gastrodon. In fact, like, the main mon that can break through Gastrodon is going to be Rose Raid, which is very good versus my team. But I have Scarf Vanillix as well as Melmetal, and the fact that Rose Raid doesn't have hidden power is a huge thing for me as well. And I'm expecting, like, Rose Raid. He might even just bring some fun Pokemon, like, yeah, exactly, like Reboot right there. So one thing that I love about this, have fun, bro. One thing that I love about this game is that the fact that my ice cream cone goes in, it being Scarf is very good, because Blizzard will 2-hit KO basically everything besides Clefable. Pretty worried about the this. My Melmetal is very good as well versus him. Do we put timer or how do we do this? I haven't played on Showdown in this gen yet, but it looks like Melmetal is very good. Double Iron Bash is super strong versus my opponent. If I have up dual screens, I'm good. I get up Veil guaranteed as well, which I very like. I think no timer unless you want. That's fine. No worries. I don't care. I might click it by accident. Out of habit. I'm actually like forcing everything out of myself, like to not click it. But yeah, I do want to get up my hail early because I want to get that chip going on this Pokemon as quickly as possible. On Reboot, because Reboot, if it's Life Orb or Banded, is a legitimate threat. And yeah, my Ice Cream is super strong early on. It just has a good matchup. Now, he might just bring a whole bunch of mixed Pokemon as well here, which makes a lot of sense. Neutralizing Gas kind of hurts me in this. It's not bad because I can Toxic Clef, but like Clef is actually very strong. But again, the Ice Cream Cone is super good as a lead, I think, as he does end up leading off with that Reboot. And as I mentioned, Weezing isn't the worst in this game, but it's not the best. But it should be able to take hits from this thing. I know that if I get up dual screens with Rotom-H, he doesn't have a way of dealing with that. And then I can just bulk up with my Melmetal. He didn't bring his G-Max Melmetal, which is a big thing. So like my Grimmsnarl can be a really big problem for him. But yeah, I'm assuming Flare Blitz or High Jump Kick here immediately. If he's banded, we'll see right now. I also get rid of Libero, which is pretty cool. So we don't see that he has it. He did 1%. I'm going to see if that's Choice Band. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Huh? That's not even invested. How did you do 1%? Oh, I'm no. That doesn't even make it. Huh? What happened? Oh, okay. I got it. It's modest. 0 attack IVs. How do you even figure this out? All right, there you go. He modest. Oh, I was trying to calc. I was like, what? Let me redo. 50. 50. I was like, how do you do 1? We both like looking at our calc like, how did we do 1? How do we both do 1? Bro, I made these all level 50. I don't understand how they're level 100. Alright, so I've beaten Monotooi 6-0. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I'll bring you another APA game soon. What the hell, man? Good start. I have like 50 minutes. That's so whack. What the hell? Blunter just hit me up with something. His laptop charging port isn't working. He has like an hour to transfer everything to his Mac. Damn. But yeah, I challenge Monotooi again. Okay, have fun. We'll just do same leads again. It's not a big deal. Ice Cream, and then I go out into Weezing, and I do everything to try and make this calc work. So I'm assuming that that's going to do like 2. U-turn. Oh, does that really do that much? Yeah. No big deal. So I get my Ice Cream cone. We're going to go out into Weezing here. I'm assuming he should be doing around 11. 5. Okay, so that's like no attack investment on Reboot, which actually makes it a little bit easier. Once again, I am confused about this. Oh, he's level 100. Okay, so that is max attack. That's not even max attack. How do you do 5%? He's Choice Band. Okay, so he is Choice Band. So that's good to know. I would write that somewhere, but because I'm not playing, like I know Reboot is Choice Band for sure. 100%. Yo, I don't like that. That took me that long. So I'm assuming Haunter's a good play here. Haunter's actually very good. Roserade's pretty good too. Roserade might just sleep me though. So Reboot is Choice Band. Let's write that down. CB. Like, I mean, Melmetal is my play. I can also go... I don't mind Melmetal coming right in. I also don't mind this thing. I don't mind this thing as well. I'm going to get up a T-Spike because I'd rather him not Sleep Powder and Melmetal, considering Melmetal is so freaking good, like, for coming in. Like, I just get to click Double Iron Bash now. The other option is actually staying in and Toxic Spiking once. Now, the reason I'm Toxic Spiking once is because I would think he would double. I guess he went Haunter, which may more than likely end up being Specs. So I burnt 2 turns of sleep. I have chip on basically these Pokemon so far. Hail is up, so it actually reveals if I'm Scarf or not. I don't want him Energy Balling immediately. I think he'd Shadow Ball. Alright, I'm going to go Gastrodon and Pivot. He did 38% with that. He may try, and I don't think HP on my mount will matter, so I'm going to bring out my Ice Cream Cone right now on the expected Energy Ball, and I believe Freeze Dry should be able to knock out Haunter. Let's go. Haunter, Freeze Dry does 70 min. Yep, so we're just going to click Scarf Freeze Dry as he goes Clefable. And I freeze Clefable. That's so big. My bad, bro. My bad. We're going to go Rotom here and just start setting up our dual screens, I think. If he stays frozen, he does. So we're going to set up our light screen first because it's very good versus his team. Then we're going to set up our Reflect, and then we're going to bring out our Melmetal and Sub and kind of just do its thing here. As I know, I already know he's already Choice Banned, but I can Reflect here, and because I'm max defense, I could definitely live the high jump kick. And with also the fact that his Clefable took so much from Freeze Dry, Blizzard just kills everything too from Ice Cream Cone. So my Ice Cream Cone might just be able to win the game as well. So there is the high jump kick, and I can just Volt Switch now relatively safely. He may end up going Rosary, which will allow me to Double Iron Bash. He can't break Sleep Claws because my Weezing is already asleep, and this is kind of the position I wanted as well. So to be able to bring out my Mon on him. We're going to go Melmetal and click Sub because I can protect the following turn. And he can't really stop me from subbing here. Like, I know he's Choice Banned, but I have Protect in the following turn. So I can Sub Protect. I have the Double Iron Bash, which will definitely knock out Clef. And this is a position where I'm in. The fact that it does that much through Reflect is insane. I should have calced that. But God, that did so much. But he's at 49, so I'm going to Protect because he'll die to Recoil. Perfect. So Melmetal, I mean, I guess Reboot kills itself. But we have Melmetal in. We have one of his only Blizzard answers down, and nothing has Infiltrator on his team. And I still have Light Screen on my squad as well. So it's not looking that bad because Reboot was definitely very scary. Gastrodon, Still Walls, and Teleon. Haunter's a threat, but I do have the Scarf Ice Cream. It really sucks that he got that freeze on Clefable. That could be game-changing, especially in the way I play versus it, too. And then Grimmsnarl also Sucker Punches, deals with Rose Raid. Doesn't really care too much about Inteleon either. I want to see how much I do. It goes Haunter. He could have Destiny Bond, and I was going to scout for it, but I think it's better for me to get rid of that. I think it's way better for me to get rid of that because I feel like this Mon wins. So I'm going to get out my Ice Cream Cone here. Like, that was very smart, but I feel like Ice Cream kind of just, does its thing now. Inteleon comes out. It could be Scarf. I'll Freeze Dry one more time. Should I not bank on, like, Scarf knocking me out? I was gonna Earthquake on the I should just Earthquake like I did. Like my gut said to Earthquake, but I didn't. Let's see, Modest 50%, Hydro Pump. In the light screen though, I can't kill me. Freeze Dry kills. So I'm gonna click Freeze Dry here. As he is Scarf and ends up going for the U-turn. As Clefable is gonna come out. I mean, if he's frozen, I might as well take advantage, It's actually better for me not to take advantage here, but I'm gonna go Rotom. Just in case he thaws, and I can click Pain Split here. I know I'm giving Clefable multiple opportunities to thaw now, but he still hasn't. So we'll get up a Light Screen one more time. As he does thaw. Good. As he Stealth Rocks, and I should be able to Pain Split. He Stealth Rock Softball, because he only Moonblast. Okay. Hydro Pump does not knock me out, and I'd rather Volt Switch. Hydro Pump should not be able to knock me out, not through screen. And Volt Switch does so much to him. Yeah, I'm a Volt. Because I think that Grimmsnarl just wins, and so does my Ice Cream Cone. I'm a Volt because I don't want him going Roserade. The fact that he has a Rocks, though, is very threatening because I might have actually just misplayed. I think I misplayed with my Melmetal a lot, and that's my fault. Like, I shouldn't have. I knew Destiny Ball was an option. I should have Earthquaked first. I'm going to keep this thing alive and go Gastrodon here. Because I can't have Vanillix. Vanillix needs to come out once and just kill him on. Inteleon, Monotooi? Because in theory... Yeah, I need to. Because you can win if you bulk up. Because Roserade shouldn't be able to kill you. But if it's Specs, that's a different story. How much is +1, Gmax, whatever? Can this thing be not level 100? Sucker Punch to Roserade. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna Volt Switch here because I don't want him U-turning. If I go out into, yeah, if I go out into that, it'll be worse for me. I think my play is to go out into this and literally Dynamax Max Flare. Yeah, because I can beat this, and I can beat both of these with the combination of these guys. And Roserade is the only thing really threatening me. So I'm gonna Gmax Snooze because it kills Roserade. I should definitely be able to live the Sludge Bomb. It's gonna hurt. But I have Light Screen and Reflect on my side too. I don't wanna, if I max Flare onto Dracozolt, I'd actually sack Dracozolt if I were him. Maybe I max Starfall here. I'd sack Dracozolt. Can I win if he makes his play is the thing. If he goes Dracozolt at that Gmax stack, he can knock me out with the next move. So that's what I'm thinking. If I kill Dracozolt, I can win. Because I don't think Dracozolt's good versus me. Gmax Snooze has a 50% chance to do this anyway. Let's go. Yep. There we go. We get rid of Roserade here. I'm glad I didn't make the play that I was thinking of. I still have Reflect up on my side as well. And at this point, Gastrodon does beat everything. I'm glad I didn't make the play. Even though my gut was saying it, I was like, wait, I forgot. I got a broken move. This thing looks ugly. What you doing, man? I would have loved to play this on Wi-Fi. I would have loved to play this on Wi-Fi. But I do have the screens up. So, Dracozolt comes out. I don't know if you kill me, my friend, because I have Reflect up. But I'm just going to go for Max Starfall. He does not end up killing me. We're going to be able to knock out Dracozolt there. Cool. Inteleon comes out. I'm just going to go out into my Gastrodon and yeah, might as well max guard as he surfs. I'll play rough. Like if I get in Gastrodon and he surfs, I win. So oh, I did this to bait the to bait the surf. Yeah, so I think that's game. I believe that's game. So I'm a Toxic here. That way this Clefable later has a neutralizing gas. But I basically Spadef drop it now. Because I have the special attack raise, I don't think he can win. So he Toxic so that he has neutralizing gas later. You have no way to kill me. Ice Beam ain't gonna do crap. Yeah, so I just spam Earth Power now. And it looks like it's not even that much of a spam because like because of the special attack raise he gave me. He had to switch too because now I guarantee win. Because if he goes, he thought I'd go Wheezing, that way he dies. If he freezes me, it didn't matter anyway. And now now I guarantee win. So I'll get up a light screen and I'll let neutralizing gas do its thing versus Clefable. So get up a light screen. Pain split once. I definitely misplayed with my Melmetal though, and all I gotta do is go Wheezing. Because neutralizing gas is in effect, the Toxic is going to start doing damage. But Sub Protect Melmetal was definitely the way to do this. Good game, bro. My bad for the freeze. Hella dumb. Oh, Wheezing gets the last kill. When it wakes up. Never mind. Never mind. I felt the same with Melmetal. I knew D-Bon. Man. So Gastrodon gets that kill. So Gastrodon kills that. Gastrodon kills Inteleon. Dracozolt kills my Grimmsnarl killed this and Roserade. Melmetal killed this, and Melmetal also killed Reboot. Wait, I don't know if Reboot killed itself, but wanna hop in call for an interview? See if he's around as well. Yeah, that first game was funny because I was like, how'd you do 1? What in what world does how is 1 even? Like, that dude was like modest minus attack for my foul play from none of my mons. But yeah, the freeze was definitely really bad. I think the end game could have gone a little bit differently, and we'll probably talk about if he doesn't mind doing an interview. But if he does, then Monotooi was actually the first person I ever did an interview versus as well in the GBA. But hope you guys all enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. We end up getting another win. I got to get another game. I have a few more games I have to play. I think I have 2 more games. Because, guys, I got 2 forfeit wins in the APA. One versus Jambet because he dropped. And I believe I either played Nate or Kelly, and they both dropped as well. So, yeah, let me get in call with my boy Monotooi, and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so we are here with my boy Monotooi for the interview. You can say hi.
Hey, how you guys doing?
He, as I mentioned before, he was actually the first person I ever did an interview with for Draft League because I hacked them. And now we're back after I freeze him in this game. So, you want to explain your team a little bit, or?
Sure. Let me just pull it up. Here it is. So, this week versus Joey, his team, if I can remember the matchup, because I built this team like 2 months ago, but
I'll give it to you real quick. I'll give it to you right now, bro. That way, save screen. There you go.
Thanks. His team was a little bit slow in comparison to mine. I think there were a few different things on his team that had decent speed tiers. Yeah, like a Selgor and like kind of not even really Rillaboom. Basically, a Selgor is the only thing that outstood a lot of my team. So I built a very kind of breaky team in addition to a Scarfer being Inteleon that would guarantee outspeed whatever Scarfer you decided to bring. So like I was kind of expecting a Scarf Vanilla because it put in so much work versus my team, and I use that thing in other leagues and it's an absolute demon. But the main game plan primarily was to break as much with your team as I could, like do basically as much damage with every hit that I could to your team. And if I couldn't do damage to your team, like for example my Roserade was walled by your Melmetal or something along those lines, I would ideally be able to put it to sleep.
Yeah.
That obviously didn't end up happening because you let your Wheezing become sleep fodder, which ended up working out because you don't need that thing to be awake for neutralizing gas.
Exactly.
To do what it do. I was Life Orb Hustle with Bolt Beak.
Yeah, that's that could have hurt.
It was real scary, and there was a chance, depending on your Gastrodon spread, that Dragon Claw would be able to 2-hit KO. Even Outrage, I think, would have a high chance to 2-hit KO. It would also do a lot to Claydol if you decided to bring it. Like, I could click my Dragon move and do a ton of damage to your Bolt Peak immunities. So,
Yeah.
It could break for itself to potentially sweep later. Plus, it does more to things like Melmetal and Weezing that way. And Weezing comes in and it can't miss because neutralizing gas, which is kind of funny. And then, as you saw, the Destiny Bond on Haunter was primarily there for basic. Melmetal was the biggest thing I wanted to get rid of, but there was a chance I could have gotten rid of something like Grimmsnarl, since I knew that I wouldn't kill after you G-Max. So the team was primarily just made to hit as hard as possible, with Clefable to kind of pivot into as many things as they can, and Inteleon to just be faster than whatever Scarfer you decided to bring, whether it was like Rillaboom or Vanillix.
Can't believe I froze it like immediately. I'm sorry.
Immediately, nah.
My basic thing was big shot Chimpack. I was going a little bit different of approach, but then everything happened, and then I felt like, oh crap, wait, I have to play Monotooi. I forgot. So I always wanted like either Abandoned Melmetal or like something like this. Chimp said like Subtoxic, which I thought was really cool. Obviously the Ice Cream Cone was great versus you. Scarf, I think this Pokemon is low-key one of the best Pokemon I've ever drafted.
Totally agree.
But the Rotom-H was like something I was really iffy about, but when I thought about it, it made a lot of sense because you have a lot of trouble breaking through Gastrodon even with like lures like Haunter or like a good grass type like Roserade. And Rotom gets free switch-ins versus Clef, especially if it's frozen. So I could just set up Light Screen and Reflect, and like my bulky Pokemon become bulkier. And you saw G-Max Grimmsnarl. I was actually debating on that turn, by the way, on Roserade versus G-Max Grimmsnarl. I almost clicked Max Starfall, and I was like, okay, wait, he might go Dracozolt here in an attempt to live the Max Snooze and then get me hard, but hit me hard with the Volbeak, and then an attempt to keep Roserade alive, since Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb are very strong versus my team, and you have teleport support. But at the end of the day, I clicked G-Max Snooze because I was like, oh, okay, I have a 50% chance to yawn him, so I could always max guard in the following turn and then either get me a KO, and then I still had Sucker Punch for Roserade. When you thawed and got up rocks, it made me have to play obviously if you didn't get rocks up, I would have just played Vanillix. I would have got it in and clicked Blizzard as many times as I could. But yeah, that was the idea behind the Rotom-H. I was very scared about Reboot, and I was also really confused before I found out I was level 100 because I was running so many calcs. Like, how did he do 1%? I was like, is he modest? 0 attack IVs, U-turn? And even then, no, minus, yeah, I don't know. But I think Reboot was really cool. The fact that it did 50% through a Reflect to a Melmetal. Granted, I had no bulk, right? I went faster than... I wanted to be faster than your Melmetal if you brought G-Max, but I also wanted to be faster than Mandibuzz if you didn't bother creeping with it a bit. But yeah, you had a very scary offensive team. I knew that if Roserade died, Gastrodon could end game, and I knew that Energy Ball made a lot of sense, especially because guys, run some calcs for a boot. This mon 2-hit KOs a lot. The only reason Weezing isn't 2-hit KO'd is because of Libero, but even then Flare Blitz is still stabbed normally, so it just does a lot. So yeah,
make sure you put Protein, or just make Reboot secondary typing, because Libero is not on the calc correctly right now.
Is it not?
I don't think so. I've tried it a few different times and it wouldn't change the damage, so I put in Protein, or I put in just the secondary typing is fighting when I'm doing calcs with high jump kick and whatnot.
Wow, when I calced it, then damn, it does even more than I was expecting. Then that's the thing.
But yeah, it blew my mind when I did 50%.
Yeah, it's what the hell, Melmetal, calm down.
This man Ubers now, and it's taking how much damage from a baby?
Hey man, to be fair though, Reboot's a good tier 4, tier 5. It's an amazing tier 5. It's a good tier 4. It doesn't have court change, but all you need is Flare Blitz, U-turn, high jump kick. And it gets Gunk Shot too. It actually has everything, and Sucker Punch. It has everything.
Stab Sucker Punch, stab U-turn, whatever you want.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring Rillaboom here because of the Haunter, the Reboot. Though, I was thinking about sub-acro Salic Berry could be cool, but then you even had Scarf and Teleon to revenge, and you could break the sub as well with U-turn as well. So I don't know. It makes sense though that you didn't bring the sand approach versus me, or the fatter one, but you wanted to bring the breaker one, which I think legitimately would have crushed me if I didn't have dual screens Rotom. I also had like Aurora Veil and Ice Cream too, but obviously Dual Screens is better because I had more turns.
Mhm. Yeah, Vanilla X you usually don't need all that many moves, like Blizzard, Freeze Dry, and then
Filler.
yeah, filler. Screens was definitely big versus me. Obviously the free sucked early on, but like I told you before, I absolutely just threw the game when I decided to full peek the Grimmsnarl.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I thought it would kill, and I just didn't calc or anything. So I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, full peek will kill, and then I'm gonna win the game with this plus Clefable. But the Clefable didn't get to it KO'd, so I easily just could have gone right out into that afterwards. I could have just soft boiled till your G-Max was done.
Yeah, no, I mean that made a lot of sense. And like, I mean, my Toxic on Clef was like the necessary play because I just switch into my neutralizing Gasmon whenever I feel like it. I don't even know if I like the Wheezing set I brought. Like, I mean, it's the standard Wheezing. It's Pain Spit, Toxic Spikes, Will-O-Wisp, Strange Steam. It just does not touch Melmetal. But I figured I have so many Mons, like Gastrodon and Rotom. Like, even if Rotom can't beat Body Press Melmetal, I just need to reflect up that way Gastrodon can, and like go from there. It was a really fast-paced game. Like, I don't know how it would have been on Wi-Fi, especially with us connecting. It would have taken a lot longer.
Yeah, it would have been the tedious thing.
Yeah.
Game Freak, please.
Please give us. Come on. This is like the best generation for 6v6, man. Everything looks great. The Pokemon are cool. Pyro Ball has an amazing animation. Like,
They made everything so good for competitive except for that. Like, listen, I'll play VGC too. It's okay, Game Freak. I'll do what you want. I'll do what you want. Just give us my 6v6 timer.
I'm saying. But yeah, you have anything else to add, bro?
No. Other than, again, Freeze kind of sucked, but I threw the end game away regardless. So
I apologize, man.
Don't worry. Don't be too mad at him. Okay.
I almost didn't take advantage either, but I did.
Alright, you take this.
But yeah, guys, go and check out Monotooi. His channel link will be down below. Always a pleasure playing. And yeah, we'll see you guys. I have 2 more APA games. Like I said, 2 people forfeited versus me, so I have 2 more to play. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.